All right, and we are live. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays. As you guys know that have participated in these out in the woods Q&A sessions, this is more fun. This is more for you. I'll take 5 or 10 minutes taking a look uh, at the price of Bitcoin, maybe the markets. I'm gonna have my tequila right here, and I'm gonna keep an eye on your live chat. I don't know if I have anyone right now that is doing questions for me, but let me just organize here. No one replied in my Telegram group for questions. I also tweeted this out over to Bitcoin Motorist. Um, Hey Dumbo, you've been a moderator in my chat for a while. Man, uh, if you want to jump in the stream and ask me questions from the live chat, we can do that. Sand Snake, you too, man. You've been around for a while, but I don't know how to like send you the thing here. I'm not connected to you guys on Telegram, so take a wild guess at what my Telegram username is. Shouldn't be too hard, and shoot it over. Oh, Zazo. Oh, I got Zazo. I got Zazo. Hey, Zazo, jump in my stream, man. If you have a microphone, you have a camera. I gotta do one of these for all the moderators of my YouTube channel, and we gotta do like a stream with the moderators. What do you think about the 9 buy on a daily chart Bitcoin? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. That's a good question. Hey, Tone, big fan. You're unapologetic. I'll apologize if I feel like I've been wrong. An honest point of view. Yeah, that's true. Although it often doesn't align with mine. That's okay. That's fair. Can you please take a look at wheat? Yeah, I haven't looked at wheat in forever. Um, I'm unapologetic when as long as deep down I know I'm right, I'm gonna be unapologetic. When I know I'm wrong, I'm happy to apologize. Tone, you mentioned the other day that the new MRI indicator doesn't need the numbers. How is that useful? Wouldn't you need to know the exact count Bitcoin is on to do an effective trade? That is an excellent, excellent question, Nathan. I don't know if I want to get into it right now, but that is an excellent question. And I will fully address it. I'm not sure if I want to address it now because it will take a while. Tone, what's up? Got one Bitcoin, not much. But should I purchase my next Bitcoin at 9K or do half now, half later? Hey, Zazo. Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Good, and you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are things over in, am I allowed to say what country you live in?
Yes.
How are things over in the Netherlands? I'm always conscious about people's, privacy.
No, thank you. No, here life is good. To be honest, the Dutch were really good of the way they decided to deal with Corona from the start. So life is almost back to the normal here already.
I
Where
got
are
a
you?
really important question I got to answer first.
Yeah.
And it's a really important question. What tequila under $70 is good to sip on? There's actually good tequilas to sip on that are even under $50. But if you can go 70, that's excellent. So here is a really good tequila, but it's not as simple as I'm about to show you. So here's what I'm sipping on. This is the Partida Reposado. Now, normally, I prefer the añejos and extra añejos. They're more expensive. They're longer aged. So here's the thing on tequila. Zazer, keep an eye on the questions, jot them down. I want to do Q&A today. So here's the thing. I don't normally buy Reposado. The only way I would buy a Reposado, Reposado is, I would never drink a silver. That's like, man, that's, I don't even know what to compare it to. That's like, if you, because I grew up in the New York area. I went to my first university upstate New York, and there's a city. If someone laughs in the live chat, I'm gonna love it. So there's a city called Utica, New York. No, it's sorry, not New York. There's a city in the state of New York called Utica. I always confuse Utica and Ithaca. So Ithaca is where Cornell University is, which is a pretty good university. But Utica, New York is a little tiny city, and they brew their own beer. It's named Utica Beer. Back when I was in my university, that beer was about 50 cents a can. That is probably one of the worst beer a human can drink. And that's how I feel about like cheap silver tequila. There's only one silver tequila that I drink, and that's Casa Dragones, which I've never actually had. But if I do, like, there's like very few silver tequilas that are worth drinking. Casa Dragones is certainly one of them, and Casa Azul is another one. So Reposado is aged up to a year, which is good. But I don't just buy regular Reposado. This is not a regular Partida Reposado. It's a special barrel, and you can see how the barrel is actually numbered. If you can zoom in, it's bottle number 80 out of 300 from this one barrel. So it's a special like whiskey barrel. And if you put this bottle of Reposado next to their normal bottle of Reposado, you see the color difference. In fact, if you put this bottle next to the Añejo bottle, which is aged up to 3 years, this is even darker. So I love the Reposados when they're specially aged. There's a Don Julio bottle. It should be under $70, and it's aged in a whiskey barrel. It is also a Reposado, aged in a whiskey barrel up to a year, probably around 9 months. And that's an amazing bottle of Don Julio. But I would buy that whiskey barrel Reposado over the Don Julio Añejo. But I would always go for the Añejo over the Reposado. So if you are looking for a good tequila to sip on under 70, you could go with, I mean, the Partida brand's pretty good. There's a brand called 123 that's pretty good. Herradura's pretty good, the one with the horseshoe, the Añejo one, aged up to 3 years. And most of the Añejos of the bottles you've heard of are pretty good. And almost all of them are under 70. Like Casa Azul would be the only one. That's the only other Reposado that's worth sipping on. Casa Azul is this big white bottle. They're pretty good. So there you go. So, but anytime you can get your hands on on anything that's like a special barrel, if they can get their hands on like the special barrel, those are excellent, and they're usually Reposados. 1 second, guys. All right, yeah, we're smoking some ribs behind me. I tweeted out some videos on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, guys. It's Tone Vays on Instagram. I usually do stories, but they're all about food and cooking. All right, I missed a bunch of live chat talking about tequila. Let's go to the screen share.
Yeah.
And how many live people we have? Let me see here. Yeah, Zay, keep an eye on the questions. Ask me the good ones. We only had 300 live. I'm losing my numbers here. All right.
There's one right now.
Hey guys, I am completely rewriting the Learn Trading part of my website. Putting in a lot of work. This may seem silly, but it's all about the links. It's all about the links. If you want to learn how to trade for free, this is where you go. My workshop on technical analysis is basically me teaching what is in all of these links. So if you don't want to, pay $500, if you don't feel like it, that's fine. Go to this page. It's a work in progress. Every day I try to do a little bit. So we're getting there. I wrote up the MACD and RSI, and I put the links in. This is also a clickable link, by the way. So this is where trading comes in. Okay. Questions. There were questions on the potential daily bottom, questions on wheat. Let me get wheat out of the way because I'm going to forget. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. Let me take a look at, and Zezo, keep track of those questions, buddy.
Yep.
Commodities and futures. I think wheat is just W. Oh, what happened to my uranium? What the hell? I think this was uranium. Wheat. I don't see it. Is it ZW? Maybe ZW is wheat. Nope, that's ZM. Where's ZW? That's soybeans. ZW. Is that wheat? There it is, wheat. Let's wait for the indicators. So wheat's tricky right now. We had a bullish trend to the upside, though these stars will change drastically once I update the indicator. We had a potential top call right here with the indicator. And this is a huge candle. Again, if you go to learn trading and you click on this chart, you see this Marubozu candle. That is what this candle looks to me right there, the Marubozu candle. And it's usually a sign of more upside. But clearly, wheat's a little toppy right now. I would stay away from it at the moment. The daily chart on wheat is not helpful. Look at how beautiful the MRI indicator called this top right here. Perfect. Perfect top. And we did not get a single bottom call. Did not get a single bottom call. So to answer the other person, to answer your question, Nathan, how is this indicator helpful without the numbers in between? It allows you to be more flexible and not get, too constrained by the daily minutia of a candle having a number on it. See, this is where the indicator called the top. And if you just trusted this top, you're literally holding for quite a while. Now, granted, these green arrows are telling you that your bearish trend is potentially in trouble, but at no point was there a buy signal other than I will be treating the green stars as a buy as well, but the arrows are a better buy. If I scroll back on wheat, you can see a buy opportunity right here. Now, this buy opportunity certainly did not work out very well, and 5 candles later, you got an indication that the trend is still bearish. But right here, MRI called a perfect top, and it did a pretty good job over here. Have been staring at the MRI lately a lot more than the TI with all those numbers. And I gotta say, the simplicity and the cleanness of the MRI, makes me kind of upset why I didn't do it earlier to just not display those numbers, because those numbers are not important. What's important is the identification of a top and the potential identification of a trend. Now, in the TI indicator, I never even showed you the trend. I always talked about, 2 above a 1, 3 above a 3 above a 2, but this is going to show you that dynamic. And I will make it customizable on your end as well, so you can choose your own dynamic as to what you consider the start of a trend. But the end result of the TI indicator that would have a 9 with an arrow is now simply an arrow without the numbers. And once you use this for a week or two, you will find how it's a lot easier. Is video demand on your web intro to technical new or old? It is new. I have changed the video in my intro to trading with TA to the 6.5-hour video that I did the other day. Now, in a few weeks or in a week or so, I will change that video again to a cleaner, edited version of the same video. And when I say edited, I don't mean we're going to edit out important content. There's no secrets. Like, oh, Tone said this to the ones that were there live, and he's not going to tell us if we buy the on demand. That's not true. It's going to be edited for professionalism, not for content. So the content's the same. It's just going to be a better viewing experience, as I can say. I see another tipped question. I'll grab that one. Let's see what we got here. Tone, look at what? VXRT. Okay, I got in at 245 because it looked like a hyperwave phase 1 and 2. Okay. In the past years. Now possible phase 3. I exited this Friday on the 9. Thanks for what you do. Thanks, Eric. I'm gonna take a look at that, and then I'll let Zazo ask the questions. Was there another question that I already missed? I hope not. VXRT. I have never heard of this asset, but let's take a look. Wow. And you got this because of Hyperwave one, and wow, and you got out on Friday. That's a wow. It's really good job, man. Good job. So I'm gonna make this way. I'm gonna take off the log scale. I'm gonna look at it as Hyperwave. Now, see, Hyperwave, no. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. No. Hyperwave doesn't apply here. I'm sorry. Wow. So this stock was never $400 a share, but it certainly reverse split a few times. So this is not what Hyperwave was meant to do. So please, if you haven't read the Hyperwave book, you really should. Hyperwave wasn't designed for this. See, this looks more like a company that went bankrupt, and somehow, maybe it's a pharmaceutical. You know, maybe they're being confused with another company, Vaxart. What the hell is Vaxart Inc? Vaxart Inc. Pharmaceutical. See, when you stare at enough charts, you can literally guess what sector the stock is in. I've never heard of Vaxart, but they're clearly a pharmaceutical because pharmaceuticals are pumping. So this pharmaceutical company was effectively bankrupt, and I would have never bought into it, but you did. I believe that Hyperwave is not what this is meant to fight. Hyperwave is meant more for stocks like Tesla, which are, you know, Elon Musk is crazy. Elon Musk is crazy. Holy shit, Elon Musk is not crazy, but he's not going to achieve it. Holy shit, he might achieve it. Holy shit, everybody wants a Tesla. And oh, wow, everyone's driving a Tesla. But we thought that there were 100 billion people on the planet, but it turns out there's only 7 billion people on the planet. So maybe one share of Tesla stock shouldn't be worth $800,000. And then it falls down to 1,000. So that is what Hyperwave is kind of designed to do. This is not a Hyperwave style asset. But you did well. You got in under $3. You rode it all the way to 15. I love your exit. Absolutely love it. Now the TA chart, it's consolidating at the top, and it can certainly go higher. But look, the last time the MRI index hit a top, it pulled back quite heavily. That was a badly timed red star right there. We'll see once the update whether that red star will still be there or not. But also, this red star actually wouldn't be there in the new one because I don't like having them too close to the red arrow because it could throw you off. Because the red arrow itself is also an indication of a drop. So why do I need another indication of a drop soon after that? I love the exit here. Take your profit, find another one of these bad boys. But to be honest with you, man, I don't want to say you got lucky, but you know you got lucky, dude. You know you got lucky. Other than the only way you didn't get lucky is if you said, it's a pharmaceutical and people are stupid, and let me buy into pharmaceuticals, and this looks like it's ready to pop. Great trade, man. Great trade. Take the profit. Go have a nice steak. Have a good dinner. Buy a good bottle of tequila, and do it again and again and again on other stocks. I would not be married to the steak. There is a reason why it reverse split and effectively has fallen from $500 to at one point 35 cents. Okay, let me glance at Bitcoin, then Zazo will have questions for me.
Okay, Tom,
So-
there is a tip question for you.
Oh, another one. Go for it,
Yeah.
man.
Tom, what a percentage chance would you give that we break up or down from this consolidation?
I would give it a 55% chance that we're going to break down. 55 to 80% that we're going to break down. But I'm looking at this daily chart, and that's an MRI buy. This is an MRI trend change to the downside. This is an MRI buy, and we have room to go up. I'm going to adjust this triangle slightly so that it fits within the tone Vays rules. It does now. The line's not breaking the bodies. And we can definitely rally to the top of the triangle. So we can go to 9,300. But as far as if we're going to move $1,000, are we more likely to move $1,000 to the upside and break 10,000? Or are we more likely to go $1,000 down and get to the low 8,000s? I will say 55 to 60% chance we're going to go down 1,000 to 8,300 with a higher probability than up 1,000 to 10,300. Does that make sense?
Yep. Actually, Tom, do you think that the market going to try to perfect this 9 before you go up?
I'm sorry, the market what?
Would try to perfect this 9 before go up?
Well, the concept of perfect no longer exists in the MRI.
Okay.
So if you're talking about perfect or not perfect, you are referring to the TI indicator. So if I turn the TI on, you see that the 9 is not perfect. So one of the reasons why, I mean, I've been looking at these indicators for years, over a decade now, and I don't put as much I don't put as much importance on perfection versus non-perfection. And therefore, the MRI does not have the concept of perfection and not perfection. They're equal. It's up to you to decide. See, the problem is, in order for this to actually be perfect, we're probably going to start the breakdown from a triangle. And that's why I don't care about perfection here. What's most likely to happen? I think we can rally for a few days and then break down under the triangle. Now, what else we got, Zaza?
Okay. Tom, do you believe the next BTC bull run can't officially start until the stock market crashes big one more time?
The BTC, no, I don't believe that there has to be a dependence on the stock market for Bitcoin to have a big run. I can actually see Bitcoin rallying hard with the stock market. I can also see Bitcoin rallying with a crash in the stock market. I don't believe they are correlated that highly. So no, it is not a necessary condition for the stock market in order for Bitcoin to rally. I just think that Bitcoin will continue to consolidate for the majority of the rest of the year before a breakout.
Okay.
By the way, guys, I turned off YouTube ads because of the scammy ads in front of my videos with the Bitcoin giveaways and Vitalik Buterin. And this video only has 300 live viewers, and the last video I had was also about 300 or 400 live viewers, which is significantly lower than my usual view numbers. So one of the reasons why you have ads on your YouTube channel is because YouTube promotes your video. And clearly, I can tell by the numbers. We've already been doing this for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I still only have 300 live, which is about half of what I normally get on live on trading Bitcoin shows. So there's a reason why you want those ads. But when those ads are as scammy as those giveaways, I had to turn them off. I don't do the ads for the money. The money is let's put it this way. The money that I make from YouTube may or may not, and the reason why I'm saying may or may not is because I'm not sure. It may or may not fully cover the graphic design, my graphic designer's expenses. So the money that I make from my YouTube channel is probably less than the money that I spend on my graphic designer. So if you think YouTube is bringing in the dough, it is not.
Okay. One more?
All right.
Okay, Snake, the one of moderators, asked, Tom, I have been heavy on gold miners. Your thoughts on GDX and GDXJ?
Let's take a look. Oh, there was a question about Charles Hoskinson. I'll address that. GDX. I'm not an expert on gold miners, guys. Wow, gold miners have done incredibly well. Gold miners have doubled. This is a beautiful looking chart. We had a top call here that slowed it down, a bullish trend here, and that looks like a breakout to me. I would be bullish GDX right now. I don't see anything in the chart that is making me question the bullishness. What was the other ticker?
G, D, X, and J like a John.
It's the same thing, just a different company. Looks the same. Okay, someone mentioned Walmart. I don't think I've ever looked at the Walmart chart. Is it 2 L's? 1 L? What's the ticker for Walmart?
We post on the Telegram.
WMT, there it is. Yeah, but I forget all the tickers. Right, so Walmart is topped on Friday. So I would be out of Walmart right now and wait to see what happens next week. Walmart has done okay. COVID has not been a problem for Walmart. In fact, COVID has helped Walmart. It's looking great. Great looking chart. All right, so Charles Hoskinson. So Charles Hoskinson and I are, well, we were friends prior to a few weeks ago. We may or may not still be friends. I haven't spoken to him. And look, I know he made a video trying to prove that Cardano is decentralized. I have not seen it yet, but I promise I will watch it. I'll watch it before the weekend's up, okay? I need to write another article. I turned off screen share, but I'm gonna go back to screen share. So on my blog, I don't like to write. I don't like to read either, but I have to read. And I don't like to write, but sometimes I have to write. So I've only written 2 blog posts this year. The last one was January 15th, and that's the tone-based diet, which I've actually been following really, really well. Well, not the one-a-day eating due to quarantine. I've been eating more than once. But other than that, as far as what I'm eating has been perfect. The article before that is my Bitcoin outlook. I'm probably going to write my next article. And my next article is going to be titled, Crypto Decentralization. Because I want to explain what it means to be decentralized in the crypto space. Because so many people are confused what it means to be decentralized in the space. And that, honestly, and that includes Charles Hoskinson. Let me try and explain, but I'm gonna put it in words. So Bitcoin is decentralized as a triangle. Think of a 3 Venn diagram, however you like to think of it. Bitcoin's decentralization is threefold. Threefold. You should be able to guess what the 3 parts of decentralization are when it comes to cryptocurrency. And Satoshi created this decentralization. Zezo, take a guess. Give me one of the 3 parts of Bitcoin's decentralization.
Mining.
Mining. Mining or hash power or mining nodes. That is one part. That is one of 3 parts of Bitcoin's decentralization is mining. That's one part. There's 2 more.
Oh, the nodes.
Excellent. The nodes. So you don't have to be a miner in order to participate and help decentralize Bitcoin. If you run your own node, you are decentralizing Bitcoin. So you have the mining nodes, which are the miners themselves, which is the hash power. That is one part of the one vertex of the triangle. The second vertex of the triangle is full validating nodes. Now, obviously, a mining node is also a full validating node, but there is not infinitely, but there's thousands of more full validating nodes versus mining nodes. So full nodes is another element of Bitcoin's decentralization. Now, some nodes are more important than others. You have economic nodes like the Coinbase node, because Coinbase speaks for a lot of users. Their node is probably more important than my node, but I certainly run my own node. When you pay for an on-demand video on the Vays website, it runs through a node on my own server through BTC Pay server with CoinJoin. I am participating in Bitcoin's decentralization. I also run one miner, but that's kind of meaningless. So I'm also participating in the mining game, but not meaningfully. There's one more part, Zezo. Can you guess it? What else makes Bitcoin decentralized?
The lack of a CEO.
The lack of a CEO. Kind of, but like yes, but like at a higher level. What the CEO does what? The CEO of a shitcoin, what does the CEO of a shitcoin do? What is his main job? Besides advertising, what is his main, what is his advertising? So the CEO of a shitcoin other than Bitcoin, his number one job is advertising.
Yeah.
What is his second most important job?
I will believe that he tried to rule, he tried to make decisions.
But rule how? Rule how?
Oh, well, probably like a Vitalik does.
Right, but what does Vitalik do?
He tell people what to do.
Well, right, but what is his specialty? What is his job?
Oh God. No,
What is
God,
his okay? What is his degree in? What does he do with his fingers? What?
He's coding.
Coding, exactly. Coding, right. Yeah. So the third part that makes Bitcoin decentralized is coding. Yeah. Bitcoin core code. Okay.
And everybody can be part of it.
Well, not only can everybody be a part of it, there is no ruler that controls the code, like the Vitalik, like the Charles Hoskinson, right? Yeah. So think of Bitcoin as a tug of war between 3 independently decentralized parts. Yeah. Bitcoin mining is decentralized, Bitcoin nodes are decentralized, and Bitcoin code Bitcoin core code, programmers of Bitcoin core code are decentralized.
Yeah.
Now, each one of these parts independently is debatable. People accuse Bitcoin of being centralized due to mining. People, no one actually complains that the nodes are centralized. Because that's not a debatable topic. And then people think that Blockstream controls the Bitcoin core development, which is a legitimate argument. I'll entertain that argument. I believe they are not, but it's borderline debatable. But when a person says that Bitcoin is centralized, what that means is all three of these parts are controlled, mostly controlled by a single person or a single entity. Even if all mining is being done by one person, Bitcoin can still be decentralized because the nodes are decentralized and the code is decentralized.
Yeah.
Even if all the code is centralized, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is decentralized because the miners and the nodes don't have to use that code change. So this is where Bitcoin's decentralization shines. It has three independent levels of decentralization. So not only does each of those three levels have to be centralized, and by centralized, I mean 51% controlled. If mining is 51% controlled, it means jack shit. Whoever controls 51% of mining also has to control 51% of the nodes and also has to control 51% of the code. Otherwise, 51% of mining literally means jack shit. We've seen 51% of mining before. Bitfury did it in 2010 and 11, and ghash.io did it in 2013. And then miners and the most important nodes tried to control the network, and they failed like to the fireworks. They failed spectacularly. So each of these three parts first has to be centralized, which they're not. And then whoever centralized all three of them has to be in control. So that is Bitcoin's decentralization. Now let's talk about shitcoins. If your shitcoin does not have mining, if it doesn't have proof of work, you have eliminated 1/3 of maximum decentralization. Gone. It's gone. So the only way your project could be decentralized if there is no mining is with nodes and code. I'm going to pick on Cardano here. Now, all the code for Cardano is being written by one company. One. IOHK is writing all the code. So all the code is 100% centralized by one company. So I don't give a shit what Charles Hoskinson put in his damn video, because Charles Hoskinson is only talking about the nodes. Now, I am happy to argue with Charles that the nodes are not as decentralized as Bitcoin standalone. But even if all the Bitcoin nodes are centralized, it doesn't make Bitcoin centralized because you still have the code, which is decentralized, and the mining, which is decentralized. So the only thing that Charles Hoskinson can do is create a straw man argument that his nodes are more decentralized. But he can't talk shit about mining because his damn shitcoin has no mining. And he can't talk about the code because his damn shitcoin doesn't have like contributors outside of one company. So all he can argue is one part. Good luck with that. You're a proof of stake. You know, good luck with that. Good luck arguing that you're decentralized as the CEO of the code. Right? So this is what people are confusing about how complex decentralization actually is. And here's the other crazy part. Not a single person that is talking shit to me about why Cardano is the future will ever actually use Cardano for anything that Cardano is being built for. And most of them don't even know what Cardano is being built for.
But
Okay.
Tom,
yeah.
Once we spoke about the shit coins, they could disappear by the crash of the price or by the time, right? Because now they're running out of narratives.
Well, that is true, but remember, only a few shit coins are actually pumping. Like, who's pumping right now? Cardano, Link, and Crypto.com. They're pumping. But what happened to EOS? Wasn't EOS the future? Like, what happened to Tron? What happened to Tezos? What's happening to Ethereum? Like, what's happening to these other things that people said I was an idiot and I didn't understand? Like, what's happening to the other 1,000? So a few select shitcoins are pumping, but the majority are dropping. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say is, 1 second, Zazo. So, so I tweeted out the Zeus Capital Why Chainlink is a Scam report, and I've never seen this many comments. So, crypto scams coming back. I have gotten in touch with Zeus Capital. I have gotten in touch with people that wrote this report, and next week I will bring one of the writers of this report. Oh, what happened to the report? That's interesting. The report's gone. But no fear, Vays downloaded the report. So I have it on my computer. So I had an email exchange with these guys, and I will have them on. And a lot of people are questioning whether this is a real a financial firm. And I already told them the first part of the interview, I'm going to be skeptical whether you guys are legit. And after that, I don't care if you're legit or not. You wrote a good fraud report on the scam of Chainlink, and I'm happy to discuss it with you. I looked through the report. I liked it. I really liked it. So if they come on my show, I'm happy to do it. Now I am considering doing a crypto scam on, besides Chainlink, on Cardano and on Crypto.com. And I honestly, like, I spent like last night really thinking about it. And I think I'm gonna stop talking shit about shitcoins, and I'm gonna focus on talking good about Bitcoin. I really want to do Understanding Bitcoin podcast. People need to learn how to use Lightning. People need to learn how to use CoinJoin. People need to learn how to use Liquid. People need to learn how to use Bitcoin. So especially going into 2021, this is the last year of me commenting on a shitcoin. As of 2021, I will not. I will do my best. Let me not promise that I can't keep. I will do my best not to talk about shitcoins, and only talk about Bitcoin, and try to. And instead of, when people text me, you have to read this shitcoin paper, I'm going to be like, I will take this time to read more about how to protect my Bitcoin, because reading white papers that turn into complete and utter toilet paper is not worth my time. I think it's a fake report. There's no such thing as a fake report, because that report had an incredible amount of research in it. And I'm going to try to get one of those guys on my show. Oh yeah, I downloaded the report. I mean, I can pull it up, but it doesn't matter. Okay, more questions, Azo. Go for it.
Okay.
I haven't eaten all day. I'm definitely buzzed, by the way, guys. So this is my third glass. Not full, of course. I'm not that crazy. And since I eat once a day, and the meat, and so we're smoking right there. I started the smoking, but I wanted to do a podcast. So we're smoking beef ribs and pork ribs, but then there's going to be ribeyes and all this other stuff on the grill once the smoking's done. I got a couple of whole bronzinos too. We got to smoke next. And but I'm drinking away, but I haven't eaten since yesterday, so this is not going to be good. Go on, Zaza.
From Wolf. Did you learn trading or coding first? And there's a together with that, how much
Coding.
does sorry?
I said coding, but go on.
How much does your investment banking experience play into your current study in strategy in the market? Thank you for all your content.
Okay. Wow. Let's keep it short. I graduated my undergraduate with 2 independent degrees. So that means I did 6 years worth of work in 5 years to get 2 independent degrees. It wasn't a double major, it was a double degree. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm smart. I can't spell the simplest of words. It just means that I worked my ass off. And I had 2 jobs while in college. I didn't have, I mean, I partied a little, but I was motivated. I was motivated uh, to get degrees, to just prove my high school teachers that I'm not an idiot. Because I left my high school with like maybe a B average. I wasn't a great student, but in my university I did better. So one of those degrees was a math degree, and I don't know how math degrees are today. Clearly, I'm old. But when I did my math degree, I had to take a full year of C++. So I took a year of C++. So I learned to code in my university. Then after my university, I was my other degree is in geology. So after my university, I was a high school teacher for a year, and after that, I went to grad school. And immediately after grad school, um, I started to get into trading. So my grad school was in financial engineering, where I had to do a lot of programming. Now, C++ was my coding base of choice because that's the one I knew the most. But while in grad school, I had to program in Mathematica. I had to program in a language called R. I had to program in a language called SAS. I had to, I think that's it, and C++. Then when after I got my master's degree, I kind of started learning. I learned how to trade, and I started trading. But I was also a college professor. As a college professor, I was teaching SQL, so I had to code and learn databases, coding stored procedures. I was also teaching VB.NET, and I was very proficient in VBA Excel. So all that was coding as I was starting to trade. And we were doing pretty good as traders. But then I got this job at Bear Stearns. And I also blew up my first portfolio. I lost all my money shorting real estate and home builders in 2006. So I ran out of money shorting real estate going into 2007. And I got a job at Bear Stearns, which ironically cost me my job a year later because of the real estate crash. That's the ultimate irony. But in my job, there wasn't any trading. I was building risk models, but I learned a lot about markets. So it didn't help me be a trader, but it actually helped me be a trader a lot. I had resources while doing my job. So while I was building risk models, I was taking all the opportunities of Bear Stearns and JP Morgan to learn how to trade. So I would attend all these technical analysis educational workshops at the Bloomberg building. That's where I learned TD sequential. That's where I learned so many tools. Bloomberg has an entire division of chartered market analysts known as CMTs. CMTs are technical TA experts. If you want to be a TA expert, there is a 3-part exam you would take. So if you go to learn trading on tonevays.com, so if you go to learn trading and you scroll to the bottom and you click on chartered market technician, what the hell? What is going on today? Is it my internet? chartered market technician. Maybe they changed their website. I have no idea what's going on. What's going on? I can't reach the CMT website. That's funny. So there is an exam. It's equivalent to the CFA exam. There are 3 major financial exams. If you're going to be working in finance, you have the CFA, you have the KAYA, alternative investments, and you have the FRM, financial risk management. So in my job, I had people that were sitting next to me that had all 3, the KAYA, the CFA, and the CMT. The KAYA is a 2-part exam. The CMF was a 1-part exam when I was working back then. Now it's a 2-part exam, and the CFA is a 3-part exam. The CMT is a 3-part exam. It's an exam on technical analysis. It's a 3-part exam. It's like the CFA for TA. And Bloomberg has a whole division. They must have 20 people. They have a CMT department, and their job is to teach and create new technical indicators. And if you are part of a company like a JP Morgan, like a Bear Stearns, like Goldman Sachs, and you work in departments that have anything to do with trading, hey, Crypto Liberty, good job, man. You passed 2, you're on 3. Yeah, I have relatives in my family that are CFAs. And so you have access to the Bloomberg building, and you have access to their workshops. So I was attending those workshops, and that's where I learned a lot of my technical analysis from them. That is after I already learned how to trade from professional traders, because I took workshops like the ones that I teach. But I didn't have money because I was broke. Guys, I've been broke most of my life. I was an immigrant. Zazer, you're an immigrant as well. You know what it's like. I mean, I've been broke most of my life. That's why I've been working since I was, I'm not exaggerating. I worked when I was 10 years old. I have pictures. I used to wash car windows for money. And then my next job was when I was 13. And then I've worked since I was 13. I've never had more than 3 months of no work. From 13 up until the day I quit and started working for myself in 2015, when I started doing the YouTube channels and stuff like that. So I've been broke like the majority of my life until I got that Bear Stearns job in I want to say it was 2000, it was 2007, early 2007, like January 2007, I got my job. So up until I had that nice, my starting salary was about $75,000. Prior to that salary, I basically been broke, because I didn't come from money to build it all on my own. Crypto Liberty. I was washing my parents' dishes at 9 at my parents' restaurant. Yeah, I was washing car windows on street corners while the light was red. It wasn't in the U.S. and it wasn't in Russia. It was in another country. And then I was a dishwasher and a janitor and a floor mopper at an ice cream shop when I was 13. And then I worked there for a few years. All right, where was I going with this? Oh, how to the trading. So I learned coding first, then I learned trading, but I'm not a good enough coder. So I never programmed my trading strategies, but I'm looking to do that now. So by end of the year, I am planning to throw a couple of bots on there and see how they do. Satoshi Bear. My dad owned a parking lot in the city. I was parking cars at 14. That's great, man. Impressed. Yeah, in college, man, if I ever have my old college roommate who became my trading partner, still friends with him, hung out with him the other day, he'll tell you, I used to come home from work I had a job when I was in my university. Back when we lived together in the dorms, I used to come home from work at 1 o'clock in the morning on weekdays. On Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it was still 3 in the morning. The job was still 3 in the morning. But on weekdays, I used to come home from work at 1 in the morning because that's when the job ended. And then I would have to study. So I would take my books and I would go in the hallway because he would be sleeping. So I would come home at 1 a.m. I would grab my books and my notes, and I would go right outside the door and sit in the hallway. So if people were partying, they would be coming back and they'd be seeing me on the floor in front of my door, like I'm kicked out by my girlfriend or something, freaking studying in the hallway.
Wow.
All right, what else we got in the questions?
Okay, Tom, are you ready for the new Lenovo workstation?
No, I'm going away from Lenovo, guys. If you want to know what laptop I'm gonna buy, because that's the big question. Am I still on screen share, Zazel?
Yep.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna buy. The Zephyrus Duo, but I need the Creator Edition, not the Gamer Edition. So this is the laptop that I'm buying. Okay. This is gonna be my new laptop, but it's not out yet. Not the Creators Edition. And I don't know where to buy it. I have no clue where to buy it. I can order the Gamers Edition, but not the but not the Creators. The reason why I need the Creators is because I need a better resolution on my monitor. So this is the laptop that I'm going to buy, and the moment it's available for sale, so, actually it's 48 gigs of RAM. I don't know why this says 32. It goes higher. It's their own site. Here, I need the 4K UHD monitor. I need a better resolution. So this is the laptop. It should have up to maybe the gamers comes with up to 48 RAM. Maybe the Creators only comes with 32, but 32 is enough for me. But I need the Creators. The Gamers is available now, but not the Creators. This is the laptop I'm gonna buy. It has everything I need. It's light enough. It prevents me from carrying a portable monitor, which you see right there in the corner that I'm connected to, because it has a dual screen embedded. This is the laptop. I mean, it has a Thunderbolt. This is the laptop that I need. I don't care that it doesn't have a camera. This is my new laptop. My decision has been made. The only question is, when can I buy it? And if someone really wants to support Tone Vays, you know what my birthday and Christmas presents are. You know what my Christmas and birthday present is combined? Maxed spec. Though my one of my developers is telling me that I may not need the max CPU. He's going to tell me the perfect spec, which may not be the most expensive spec. My best guess, this will cost me at least $4,500. That's my if this laptop costs me, like, fully loaded, if it costs me less than 4.5, I'll be happy. But this is what I'm getting once the Creators Edition goes online. One birthday. So me saying my birthday is a bit of an OPSEC issue. But I can tell you my zodiac sign. I'm a Sagittarius. So look up Sagittarius. And I'm born. I'm a Sagittarius. So late year birthday. So we're talking late November through most of December. Charles Hoskinson says you're a scammer. Sure. Excellent.
Okay, Tom, there's a question from Ryan. Tom, do you
Go
think
for it.
Bitcoin is self-aware yet?
No. Though I don't know what the question means. No, there's no such thing as self-aware. There's no code that is self-aware. One second, I may have to deal with food. One second, I gotta mute.
Let me see. Any question, guys? Okay, one more here. Please come.
Hey, Zazo,
Yo.
can you entertain my followers for a minute? I'm gonna go check on the meet.
Yes, go there. So, guys, any questions that you should do? I'm
Hey,
here
by the
to
way,
look for you.
Zazo knows the sequential system, and Zazo's attended all my workshops. Zazo is one of my better students, so he is well equipped to answer anything on sequential related. And to answer somebody else's question, why isn't TD sequential on the CMT exam? Is because TD sequential is too proprietary, and it's too, let's just say it's a little too censored to be publicly out there. Like the CMT company, the organization would have to pay an unreasonable amount of money to Tom DeMark to teach it, which is probably why they don't.
Yeah, being following Tom for quite, I think, 2-3 years already. And now I just was his last course, and I really recommend it, especially the next one that he's gonna have about money management. That for me is the most important one. And guys, don't miss this one, seriously. More important than know how to read a chart is to how you can protect your capital. If I have any good knock jokes, no, I don't. I'm really bad with jokes, actually, guys. Really, really bad. And then, especially for my English, if you realize by my accent, I'm not an English speaker. And anybody here have been in the course of Tom, personally, on the live chat? Bitcoin, no, it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin motorist, are you in the chat yet? When did it start trading? 2017. And I used my, but honestly, I didn't know what I was doing actually in the beginning. So I got really impressed by Tom's chart back in 2017, because you have to understand in that time, everybody was talking about the moon. Everybody was talking incredible things about the price of BTC, but many of them were calling BTC slow or a scam. And when I saw Tom the first time, he was the only one saying good things about BTC and telling bad things about the price. And that grabbed my attention. Let me see, there was a question here. What do you think about the price of Bitcoin in the next 6 months? Look, I think the 200 moving average and the weekly chart is very important for the Bitcoin bull run. In 2015, we hit that and hold that for a long time. 2017, we did the same, 19, and now we just touch once. So I would not be surprised if the price tried to test the 200 weekly MA once again.
All right, hey guys, so I went over to check the grill, and I only have 30 minutes left, and then I have to deal with the rest of the steak grilling. But check this out. This is what I took a picture of what is on that grill. Look at that. The ribs, the things in the middle, so the things on the side, those are the pork ribs. You have the pork ribs all the way to the, well, my left. And in the middle is the beef ribs. So those are the things that I've been smoking for a good 2.5+ hours.
Nice.
And you see the fire there in the corner there, so it's just coming through.
So I have a question for you about that.
All right.
What would be easier?
Okay.
Become a
So
vegetarian or you accept Ripple?
Ripple. Okay, so let's get back to the decentralization part, right? So remember how I explained that Bitcoin is decentralized in 3 forms. Mining is decentralized. That's one part. Nodes are decentralized. That's the second part. Coding is decentralized. That's the third part. Now let's talk about Ripple. Ripple has no mining, gone. So now there's only 2 parts that may or may not make it decentralized. What about Ripple code? Well, that's all controlled by Ripple. So that is 100% centralized by one company. So that's centralized. Now we're talking about the nodes. Who in the world is going to believe that the only node other than the Ripple node matters? The other nodes just don't matter because Ripple controls the code. When you control all the code, other nodes don't matter. So Ripple controls the code. And the only node that matters, it doesn't matter if Ripple has 800 billion nodes. There's only one node that matters. The node that's controlled by the people that are controlling the code. So Ripple is 100% centralized by the Ripple Corporation. Cardano is no different to me. Oh, I can't hear you, Zay, so you muted.
I do mute to make a pictures for the questions.
All right, I got maybe 30 minutes left. What else we got on the questions?
Hey, Tom, do you know any apprenticeship program for trading? Do you suggest it?
No, look, I don't trust people. I don't trust many people. This is why I hate everyone in the crypto space except the very few. I don't. Look, I try to provide as much of my knowledge about trading as I can, as cheaply as I can. And after that, I really want you to try to learn it on your own. You will never be as good of a trader that if you don't build it on your own. I mean, Joe Saz built it on his own, and he'll learn from me. I'm gonna have that learn trading section beautifully set up. My 2 workshops, the one that I taught last week and the one that I'm teaching next week, those 2 workshops alone will get you 80% of all the fundamentals you need when it comes to trading. And then the only other thing you're missing is options trading. And you may not be interested, but if you are, there's also options trading. So there is learning technical analysis, learning money management, and then learning options. If you're going to be an options trader, if you're not going to be an options trader, please don't spend $2,000 to $3,000 learning options.
Yeah.
And that's it. The only other thing I recommend is I started the financial summit. I hope it happens this year. And that's where you get to meet other traders that are successful. And you know they're kind of successful because no non-successful person will be able to afford $9,000 to come to Bali. Like the reason why the price tag of the financial summit is so expensive is so that the person sitting next to you or having a drink next to you or having dinner next to you, that person felt that $9,000 is something that they can just afford to come to this event. Like that is a vetting. And if that event starts getting sold out, the price is going to go up because I want people that are successful to attend these events, not random people. So if you have had some success and you want to meet other successful people that you can potentially work with, that's where you want to be to meet those people.
Okay, Tom, there's a question from Jane. Any thoughts on SP 500?
No, I am completely dumbfounded by what the S&P 500 has done over the last month and change. So my thoughts on the S&P 500 are, I have done a shitty job analyzing S&P 500. This is what happens when Tom Vays has a few sips.
Okay. Hey, Tom, is Ledger safe enough?
Yes. The answer is that's a very good, that's an excellently phrased question. Is Ledger safe enough? The answer is yes. Ledger is safe enough. I hate Ledger's user experience, but is it safe enough? Yes.
Yeah, okay. A question for Neil. Tom, there will be a hyperinflation event, and when for USD dollar?
Not anytime soon. The problem is that USD is so in demand. I don't know what country you're from, the person that asked the question, but it doesn't matter what country you're from. When you wake up in the morning, I bet you at some point during your 24 hours, you have thought about how do I get more USD in my hand? And because of that, as long as you personally have your brain thinking, how do I get my hands on more USD? Inflation ain't coming anytime soon. When I'm sure when someone in Venezuela wakes up in the morning, they don't, at no point during the day do they think about how do I get more Venezuelan bolivars in my hand? They're thinking about how do I get food? How do I get, whatever? How do I get dollars? How do I get euros? Until people wake up in the morning and at some point during that day, think about acquiring something of value other than USD, USD inflation ain't coming.
Okay. Oh, Crips asking, Tom, what do you think the next big development upgrade will be for Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, Taproot's coming. Taproot, Schnorr, it's coming. We talked about this on our last news show. Video on this here channel. Please go check out the last news show. It was our last two topics. Our last two topics talked about this. Oh wait, there's a question. Let me try to read it. Olga, thank you for watching the stream. Let me see if I, God, my reading comprehension in Russian is almost bad as my reading comprehension in English. Let me see. Ton, пожалуйста, посоветуйте, что shit. Необходимо. Okay, got it. Пожалуйста. Wow, this is Tone trying to read Russian after after drinking tequila. Tone, пожалуйста, посоветуйте, что необходимо для... Oh, wow, that last word is long. Hey, can you read this? I don't know if you want to be on camera or not, but can you just read that last word?
Which word?
That one.
Начинающих.
Oh, damn. Начинающих. Okay. Okay. So here it is. Тон, пожалуйста, посоветуй, что необходимо для начинающих. So can you please explain what is necessary for beginners? Thank you for asking the question, Olga. And people are making fun of my Russian, even here. For beginners in what, right? Bitcoin or trading? So if you are a beginner in Bitcoin, you just need to understand, just read that white paper over and over and over and over again and understand what Bitcoin represents. if you're a beginner in trading, what's important is there's just two parts: basic technical analysis, which my Learn Trading section does, and risk management, risk management, risk management. I'm going to write up a section on risk management on my website as well. Even though there'll be a 6-hour video about it, I will write it up as well, and that section will be kind of small. That's the best I can offer.
Waiting for the next question. Tom, okay, one question. From a person that had no idea about Bitcoin, what are the 3 first book the person has to read?
The only book you have to read is the Bitcoin Standard. I think the Bitcoin Standard is probably the Bitcoin Standard and the Little Bitcoin book. Those are the 2 books. Those are the main 2 books. The Little Bitcoin book, you can read that first, and then that's small, and then the Bitcoin Standard. I see a question from again Crypto Liberty. Since the Fed was created, the US dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power. Yes, but you weren't alive when the Fed was created, so it's irrelevant to you. 2% inflation a year, it doesn't really matter on a year-over-year basis. It matters over your lifetime. So if 20 years ago you put $20,000 in a briefcase and you left it for 20 years, sure, today it's going to buy you a lot less. But if you put $20,000 in a briefcase, 2 years later, it bought you almost as much. In some cases, it could have bought you more. Like if you wanted to buy, a Prius or some other car, and you have $20,000 to buy a car, and you decided to put the $20,000 aside and use that $20,000 on a car 2 years later, you probably could have bought 2 of the same Prius 2 years later because the car depreciates. If you wanted to buy the latest computer 2 years later, you could have bought a better computer. So on a short-term time scale, inflation is not a problem at all. In fact, deferring your payments. Like, for example, the computer that I showed you a little while ago, I really wanted. I wanted this computer 2 years ago, but the same computer 2 years ago was actually shitty. It was an older model and it wasn't built as well. So if I had bought this computer for $4,000 a year and a half ago, I would have had to spend another $4,500 today because that computer would have been crap. So on a short-term level, I know the gloom and doomers, and I know it's fun to make fun of the Fed, how the dollar has lost 98% of its value. But I guarantee you, you take $1,000 that you want to spend today, and you put it, I don't know, in your freezer for a year, and you take it out of the freezer a year later, unless you were going to buy Bitcoin. It's the only exception. Unless you were going to buy Bitcoin or the stock market, other than COVID, there is a insanely high probability that you would get more for that $1,000 today than you would 1,000 years ago. And that goes to the deflationary nature of technology and things that are important. Sure, some things go up in value. A Netflix subscription will rise. Some things will rise. But I'm holding a cell phone right here. This is Google's Google Pixel. I bought this thing. I needed a new phone. I bought it the moment it came out.
People are saying Chainlink can get to $200.
I have no idea how that random YouTube video started. I bought this. It was expensive. If I had waited and stayed patient for, say, Black Friday, could have bought this phone at half the price. So people that say the US dollar is always it's insane. On a short-term time scale, you can optimize the spending of your US dollar. And the 2% inflation on a less than 5% time frame means jack shit. Because within a 5% time frame, anything you want, not anything, almost anything you wanted to buy on a 5-year time frame, you can buy it at a more than 10% discount at any point within the next 5 years. You agree, Zazo?
Yeah.
Anything you want to buy, if you are patient, you can find it on sale. And that sale will give you more than 10% off, which is what you would lose by holding that money for 5 years. So it's a good talking point. It's a good sell my book, buy my book point. It's a good let me get on TV and promote, how the economy is shit. But on a short-term time scale, your 2% annual deflation is meaningless. Meaningless. On a long-term time scale, it means a lot. The apartment that I bought is worth more today than when I bought it. Sure, but it's been more than 5 years since I've owned it.
Okay, Tom, there's another question from Eddie. Tom, do you think the NASDAQ finally topped this week on the daily 9?
I don't know. Let's see. Someone is saying Tone is drunk. Tone is buzzed. When Tone's drunk, Tone goes to sleep. I'm the most boring drunk ever. When I get drunk, I find the nearest bed and I go to sleep. Let's see. What do we got? NASDAQ?
Yeah, on daily.
Yeah, there's no crazy videos of Tone drunk because I just go to sleep. Let's look at NDX. NASDAQ 100. Yeah, look at the MRI. Called it right at the top. I believe that the market has topped. The NASDAQ is looking way more like a traditional top than the S&P. Will we get a hangover stream tomorrow? Maybe.
Oh, we got a nice question from Mick. Tom, wasn't even BTC centralized soon after Genesis? It is fair to make these analogies when other coins haven't had years to establish yet.
Well, BTC being centralized after Genesis is actually irrelevant because BTC didn't have a financial value after Genesis. So Bitcoin was worthless for at least 1.5 years after Genesis block. So being centralized while you're worthless is irrelevant. The problem with all these shit coins is that they are centralized while there's speculation.
Oh, Tom, by the way, the chart from copper is beautiful on the weekly.
Oh yeah, copper looked amazing. Let me pull that up. What's copper? HG's copper?
HG1.
Yep. Yeah, the copper chart looks awesome. There's the MRI, double top. That's what that 2 means. It's a double 2 in a row. Look at this beautiful top. It hit another top that didn't hold. Bullish trend, perfect top. Yeah, this is how I like to see my tops with the MRI index.
On the weekly.
On the weekly, it's even better.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Copper looks like a beautiful top. Beautiful. Texture.
Yeah.
Let's see how it turns out. Remind me in a few months.
And Okay, we have another question. Hey, Tom, the time frame has influence on BTC top. What's your trading plan on taking profit?
Taking profit from what?
Probably from BTC.
Repeat the question.
The time frame has an influence on the BTC top. What's your trading plan on taking profits?
I'm waiting for a new all-time high. I'm not really interested in taking profit until $45,000 Bitcoin, to be honest with you.
Okay, there's one question that will we get a hangover stream tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here's the problem, right? So in about 30 minutes, I have to go back to cooking the steaks. And the dinner actually starts. And my family likes to drink. So the actual drinking hasn't actually started yet. Like, this is like me hanging out stream. But I also haven't eaten in 24 hours. So once I have some food in me, I'm sure I can have a couple more drinks. But the family drinking hasn't started yet.
Okay. Tom, what catalyst are you looking for to the next market drop?
In Bitcoin?
That's the thing. He didn't write us. I don't know if
I'm not looking for any catalysts. I'm not expecting a catalyst. In the stock market, I'm expecting the reality of businesses going bankrupt due to COVID to just play itself out. In Bitcoin, I'm not expecting a catalyst. I'm just expecting a pullback. That's it. And pullbacks don't need catalysts, and nor do they need one.
Okay, Wolf, I need to know which market do you mean? Because he asked, do you think the drop will be a slow burn or aggressive? But I'm not sure if he's talking about BTC or stocks.
Wait, repeat the question.
Do you think the drop will be slow burn or aggressive?
I think in the stock market, it will be aggressive if it drops, because the stock market has just been irrationally aggressive in both directions. In Bitcoin, I think it would be more on the slower side.
Okay, Tom, what is your end goal here with this TA channel?
Good question. I haven't decided yet. I'm still, I have a little bit of an identity crisis at the moment. This is a TA channel. This is a Bitcoin education news channel. And I don't know which direction is going to win. I also want to start an Understanding Bitcoin podcast, which more Bitcoin education and news channel. I don't know. I never really wanted to be known as a TA guy. It was a way for me to make a living, and that was the way for me to get my audience. And it just turned out that way. Like, you guys, like, the reason why I do TA streams is because you guys want the TA streams. If it was up to me, I wouldn't do them. So I have passion for trading, but I have a bigger passion for Bitcoin. I'm also trying to, create a bigger passion for nutrition than I do for Bitcoin. And once my passion for nutrition overlaps, exceeds my passion for Bitcoin, there will no longer be a Bitcoin channel, and there will be a food and nutrition and exercise channel. So I don't have an end goal, to be honest with you. I just take it week by week, day by day, and try to bring value to my audience. And if my audience have value in X and X is growing, I will push my channel towards X, as long as it aligns with my morals and my interests. So if I have a massive audience on trading and technical analysis, I would stick with that, unless I really hate doing those videos. But if I lose my audience on trading and technical analysis, then all these technical analysis and trading videos will just end, because I have other interests, I'm happy to like the bigger your interest, the less audience you need. So if my passion for nutrition outweighs my 1,000 live viewers or my 5,000 average or 10,000 average views on my channel, if my passion for nutrition trumps that, then I'll start making videos about nutrition, even if 100 people are watching them and not tens of thousands. That's what happens if my passion for it trumps the views. But for now, I keep trying to change, but my audience, you guys, continue to make it. You know, stay the course, stay the course. So we're staying the course.
Oh, well, related to that, Peter asked, Tom, where can I learn about how to maintain the underwater position, short or long, and how to rebalance the position? Any suggestions in books or course?
No, unfortunately, there's no simple suggestions. There's no books I can recommend. There's no course I can recommend. I do recommend you attend the risk and money management workshop next Saturday. I mean, we don't directly talk about how to manage losing positions, but we talk about how to avoid ending up in losing positions, which is probably your problem. All right, Zazo, we got to wrap this up because before I get like freaking like yelled at in multiple languages.
Okay.
Hey guys, check out Learn Trading. This website, this link is still under construction, but there is enough here for you to begin. And this is how you can learn to trade for free, if trading is for you. I will, if you want to support, please use the affiliate page. I had an interview with LVL the other day, and if you want to, the on-demand videos, I updated this video to the workshop that I taught a few weeks ago. The risk and position size, leverage management, and entries, exits, and stop losses are being combined into a single workshop that I am teaching a week from today. So a week from today, I will be teaching this. So please check that out. And that's it. Zazo, thanks for doing questions for me today, man. I got to go check on the meat. I got to take a break from the tequila. Here's the bottle I've been sipping the last hour and a half with no food for 24 hours, which is what caused the problem. And there it is. It's a special barrel. Otherwise, go for the Añejo of the same brand. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. Thanks again, Zazo.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.